If you're like me and you spend a lot of time watching filmmaking content on YouTube, you've probably seen this guy and his newest product, the CineBack. So when I first saw this thing, I thought it was really intriguing. I thought it looked really cool, but wasn't exactly sure what the use case was for it. I thought that maybe it was just a new gadget that made your little camera look like a big camera so that clients would want to pay you more money. But after getting my hands on one and getting to use it for myself and talking to people who use this thing, I have a completely different perspective now. So who exactly is the CineBack for? Let's get into it. So the CineBack is basically just a battery plate with some D-tap connections and some cheese plates that goes on the back of your FX3 or A7S III or just any of Sony's smaller mirrorless cameras, and just makes it more functional basically for bigger sets. So I have to be honest for a second, when I first saw the CineBack, I thought that it looked really cool, but that was kind of it. Like, it was something that you would add on to your camera. If you're somebody that was just starting out or somebody who didn't have a lot of money to buy like an FX6 or a bigger camera, and then you could take your small A7S III, FX3, whatever, and then just beef it up so that, you know, to an unsuspecting client, they would see that you have like a big professional camera. And I think that that definitely is part of the appeal of this product, but it definitely offers a lot more than just that. So the first time I actually saw a CineBack in the wild was on the Instagram story of a DP that's local to my area. His name is Andrew Robinson. He's very professional. He's like much higher up than I am in the industry. He shoots commercials, feature films, all kinds of stuff. I saw on his story that he had built a rig for his FX3 with the CineBack. So I reached out and asked if I could get some of his thoughts on it, and this is what he had to say about the CineBack for his FX3. I was in pre-production for a feature film where I was tossing around the idea of using the FX3 as the A-cam after using it for a while for commercials and being very impressed with the performance. Because of some scenes that required extreme low light capabilities combined with the feature budget, I needed a smaller form factor camera to allow the use of lighter camera support. The FX3 checked the boxes but didn't have a great solution for power distribution. The CineBack allowed me to power the camera, Atomos monitor for ProRes RAW, wireless follow focus, and Teradek transmitter. This also allowed a more secure top handle to support the weight of our lenses, rails, matte box, and a place to keep all the cables organized and room for our timecode. It basically transformed the camera into the perfect tool for our budget. So there you have it. That's what a professional at pretty much the highest level of production has to say about this tool. And I think the beauty of it isn't that it's just for those people either. So it's not like it's exclusively for people who are shooting at the highest end, because it is a pretty affordable piece of equipment. And buying it in addition to your FX3 or A7S III is still a lot more affordable than going out and buying an FX6. And granted, I know that that still wouldn't give you all of the same offerings as the FX6. I mean, the biggest thing being that you don't have your built-in NDs. But even with the cost of buying an ND filter and the CineBack and putting it with your A7S III or FX3, you would still be under the cost of an FX6, and you have something that can be modified for pretty much any kind of setup. And I didn't ask him, but I'm willing to bet that when they were on that production for that feature film, he was probably renting a higher end ND, or he just owns a good quality ND. So basically the internal NDs of the FX6 wouldn't really have that much to offer, especially since the NDs that are built in aren't always as good of quality as the kind that you can get aftermarket. So just to crunch some numbers real quick to show how good of a value proposition the CineBack and FX3 are compared to an FX6. If you go onto B&H and look up an FX3 brand new, spend about $300 on a decent quality ND, and add a CineBack to all that, you're looking at spending around $4,817 for all of that. Currently, a brand new FX6 on B&H at the time of recording this video cost $5,998. Now, obviously you could go used and probably save $1,000 off of that, but you can do the same for the FX3 and save some money there. So no matter what, at the end of the day, you're looking to save over $1,000. I think something that cracks me up about this whole situation is that, like, there's obviously a huge demand for this product, because not very long after Caleb Pike launched his CineBack, there have been so many knockoffs that I've seen over the last year. I screenshotted a couple of them that I've seen on Instagram, and it's just so funny seeing all these people take that idea and try to provide their own crappy knockoff version of it. So who is the CineBack for? Well, it's for everybody. It does beef up your camera and make it look a little bit bigger and fancier and more professional to potential clients, but also it is super useful. It is super high quality. It's affordable enough that people who are just starting out in their filmmaking careers can have a great rig that lets them role play as a professional, and yet it's well built enough and offers enough great features to be a really good option for people at the highest level of this industry. And for me personally, I've only been using the CineBack for, I think it's a month or two now. I'm not sure how long I've had it exactly. And it's been a great tool to have. I also would like to say thank you to Caleb. He actually sent me the one that I have. I'm actually using it right now as I'm filming this video. I posted this really stupid reel on Instagram, and he commented on it and then DM'd me, and we went back and forth, and he sent me a test version of the product that still has all the same functionalities, and it's awesome and I love it. So thank you, Caleb. All right, everybody, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.